Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pub Table Racers, episode number who the hell knows. We appreciate you joining us tonight. My name is Tim Packman. Sitting next to me is my host,
Warren Purcell.
Very good friend of more than 20 years and works in the sport just like I do. It's still more because I want to build you up. And that's how the fight started. Anyhow, thank you for joining us. The free Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you, kind of, sort of.
Until the mailbox is empty, I'm clear for another year. Or there's a knock on the door or something like that. But anyhow, that's that.
The dog will go wild.
Oh, no, that dog will wild. Sorry about that. Okay, Warren, why do we have a bucket of beer in front of us? And hurry
we
up,
have a
Thursday.
bucket of beer in front of us because we like to drink beer and sit around and talk about racing.
Right, and that's it. And our hero, why do we drink Miller High Life?
Because of our, in lieu of our hero, Bobby Allison.
That's it, in honor of.
In honor of,
right.
In lieu of, in honor
so,
of, luau.
By the way, Almquist, just so you know tonight, I am using your koozie. Which Almquist was this? Kurt or whatever?
Ratto.
So Ratto. There's it. Almquist Construction. Okay, tonight's show, first before I get started, to my nephew and my godson, Zachary, 28 years old. God bless you, buddy. So cheers to you, man.
Cheers.
There you go. Get that in there. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about SRX. We're going to talk about Texas, the All-Star Race. Next week's guest is Wally McCarty, longtime history in the sport. We're talking Miller Racing.
Yeah.
And he also was Alan Kulwicki. Bobby Allison, longtime Penske.
Could never remember his name. I just called him Wally Bacardi and Coke.
That's it. So I finally convinced him to come on. He's going to be on with us next week. And the following week, we're going to have the one and only Dale Earnhardt, who looks a little bit like the guy behind us there. Our guest tonight is Stephen Gonzalez, nicknamed Taco. And before you cancel culture people want to start, it is his nickname. He's had it for years, and he's all good with it.
He enjoys it.
He enjoys it. Some people don't even know his real name. They just say, hey, he's Taco. We should probably tell people this time. We are on YouTube. What's the name of the channel?
Pub Table Racers.
We're on Spotify. What's the name?
Pub Table Racers.
We're on Instagram. What's the name?
Pub Table Racers.
And we're on TikTok. What's the name?
Pub Table Racers.
And we have a website, which is?
PubTableRacers.com.
So notice the trend there? We own it. It's all ours.
See how easy he made that for me?
Oh, you know what? We didn't cheers yet. I'm so
cheers.
Sorry. Thank God, I'm so thirsty today.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Speaking of our sponsors, Rapid Removal, Darren Russell. Go check him out. 20-yard containers, real small, wheels them in, pops them down, no damage to your lawn, gets them out of there. Also, we have RacingJunk.com, as you see behind you. Buy, sell, trade. The Garage Shop. Go check out their YouTube channel called The Garage Shop.
Yeah.
And a lot of cool stuff coming up there.
Coming. We got a really good. We did a
coach
coach show
with
Aaron and some of the guys that we worked with up there, and it's
Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
Yeah.
And we're not going to tip.
Check it out.
There were 6 of us, and we sat around and we talked about the good old days, and it was called Highway 3 Reunion Beyond the Gates, and I don't know, it was just cool to sit and talk with everybody.
It was a lot of fun.
And I noticed there was a common denominator. Warren got into verbal arguments with everyone except Jeff Clark.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, that's good. So we have that coming up. And also, by the way, our number one sponsor, Lake Norman Patio and Game Room, Brad, sent me a note today with these pictures. Wine Barrel Furniture. You've got to go check it out on Brawley School Road by Canvasback. In addition to all the great stuff he has, the game room and the patio furniture and all that, he just got in this wine barrel bar. And it's amazing the pictures he sent me.
Right.
So I'm going to probably put some tomorrow. Yeah,
always cool quality stuff.
Are you ready for an upgrade? Need to refresh that patio? Want to add more fun to your home? Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms makes it fun to stay at home. We offer a huge selection of high-quality outdoor furniture, pool tables, shuffleboard, ping pong, and much, much more. Your oasis awaits. So don't miss the boat. Take your patio or game room up to the next level. Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms. Stop in today or visit us online at lknpatio.com.
Yeah, and so appreciate that. And also, we have gotten into the product endorsement business, and our friend Steve Tidmore. We on-tire tailgate system, got it right.
Nice.
Thank you very much. I'm getting it. We did a what do you want to call it? Promotional video. Yeah, thank you. Promotional video. That's on our YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's about 10 minutes long, but it explains his product, and Warren did a fantastic job talking about how things are made and that. So go check them out, and that's kind of where we're at. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
we're good with that.
Okay, so let's talk. One of us is going to be in Nashville this weekend, so we'll have a pub table representation in Nashville, and who knows what I'm going to post from there, but it's going to be awesome.
Do a little live video, maybe.
I could, yeah. I could do one down on Lower Broadway. I could do one at the track.
Or both.
Oh, be careful about that.
Go to winners and losers.
Oh, going to be there, definitely.
Absolutely.
So the best part, it's Geraldine's first time, and she's never been. So
Nashville?
Never been to Nashville, so it's going to be Geraldine's
She's
first
gonna love
time.
it.
She's going to be like, what the hell's this place?
Staying
You're right.
downtown?
We're staying at the same place I do. It's up by University area, but in between is like winners and losers. So
Yeah, good.
as I'm on the way back to the hotel, I keep stopping.
Right.
the Uber driver goes, "Oh, you again?" So we got that. All right. Good evening, gentlemen. My mom. You better be ready to hang with us, girls. Smashville. Here we come. Carol Hines. Yes, thank you. Marilyn Mosier from Akron. Hi guys, good to see you again. Cheers. Amanda Gonzalez. Let's go Buffalo. I knew you'd be turning on. That's right. Bender says hi. Bender. All right. Let's talk about SRX.
All right, let's do this quick.
SRX. Here's my deal. I liked it. I like the concept. I like the broadcast. I think Danica could have done her homework a little bit better. She did bring some into it, but it was kind of like she just showed up and said, "Hi, I'm Danica," and that's my broadcasting, being snitty.
Right.
But I thought, what they did and the interviews they had, I like the concept. The racing needs a little work. We kind of talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still it's a short track race.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens. The place is narrow. It's hard to pass.
Right.
They're lined up. You got the local hot shoe there.
Yeah.
Once he set these guys up, he could pass.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to do it.
Right.
Tires did become a factor, I believe.
Yeah, you're totally right.
I would like to see. I like the concept. I would like to see some type of push to pass, some type of power additive for like the Indy cars do, and you're limited on how long you can use it. So the Indy cars have a time limit, seconds on how much whatever this push to pass is. They get X amount of seconds, and when they run out of that, you're out of it. So I would like to see something like that to help. To me, it would make the racing better.
I give a lot of credit to Ryan McKinney.
They need a gimmick.
Something. Well, the one thing they did, they're like, the two spread out, let's just throw the caution. Oh my God, they just threw a caution, throw a caution.
No, that's fine.
Do me a favor. Hey, race fans, here's the deal. It was pure entertainment. That's what they made it for. And it just show me on the dial where that caution hurt you. I mean,
it's an exhibition race.
It's fun.
Right.
Just look at the cast they assembled. Daytona 500. Indy 500.
Four-time Indy 500.
Yeah, but it was amazing,
Cat.
Short track guys.
And
I mean, Willie T. Ribbs and
Right.
Bill Elliott, all these guys, and it was like, just take it for what it's worth. It was entertaining. 10,000 people showed up at Stafford.
And then you have the local guy.
Doug Colby goes out there and says, "Hey, watch me. Beep, beep, get the hell out of my way."
Yeah, perfect.
But the fabricators were probably busy. Well, fiberglass guys, whatever were.
Yeah, and
It tore up some shit.
that's. I think he wants some of that.
Well, you're going to have that. It's racing. What are you
Right.
going to do? Yeah. So I like it. I'm looking forward to, what is it? What's this weekend? Knoxville?
Yeah, we're going on dirt.
Going to get dirty. So to Ray Everham, Tony Stewart, and Ryan McKinney, all those guys, great job. But they're going to tweak it because it was race one.
And I think as they tweak it, they'll get smarter at it, and
Right.
don't let it get mundane.
Yeah. 1.33 million viewers tuned in.
Well, and that's because it's fresh,
But
right?
still, but it's something different. It was Saturday night.
I mean, when we first started this deal, we had how many millions of viewers, and now it's kind of gotten a little lackluster.
That's okay, but we're going to come back with some of our guests.
We're on a rise.
Starting tonight with our guest, Stephen Gonzalez. We're on the upswing. We'll talk about Texas. John Hunter Nemechek won the truck race.
Yeah.
He's on a roll. And if anybody, I saw something today. Now he's going to be driving some Xfinity races.
Yes.
So he's done the top, gone to combat.
Go ahead. Yep.
Done a truck, and now he's with Joe Gibbs Racing. So
in that equipment.
Yes.
And I think he got the Ty Dillon stuff.
Yeah. So, but
hate it for Ty, but that's just how the business is.
But what I'm saying is, he made a great decision to go down to trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Down to. He went to trucks.
He went to better equipment.
Well, that's it. He did, and so now he's winning. So
you want to be in the 30, and the 38 car won the Indy, won the Daytona 500.
Right.
you know, and he was at front row,
Right.
in the 34,
Right.
and I'm going to go race trucks instead.
Right. Actually,
You
it was
know.
34 won the 530, but whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
That's okay. You already said everything?
Well, once.
I'm going to drink to that. What time is it? 8:11 on June 15th.
But okay, so as a company, you know, they're normally around a 20th to 25th place car,
Yeah.
27th place car, you know, and he went backwards to go forwards.
That's fine. Whatever. He did. It was a great move.
Great
Now
move.
he's winning like crazy. Should we talk about the Xfinity race? Kyle Busch won. Okay, great.
Now, I don't want to even talk about
I
it.
know you don't. 'Cause I know you don't want to talk
It's
about it. I get it. It's kind of like,
right,
I mean, I give him all the credit. He's what, 99 wins.
right.
I get it.
I wish he'd figure out a number and get there and then
And say
get
I'm
out
done.
and
And
then
I'd say I'm done.
Right.
You know what? That's a good idea. We should. Yeah. What number should he stop at? Say, okay, I'm done. I'm out. He's one of the few that goes.
I mean, he's already got the record, so
You're good. You're good, buddy. Make it 100. And, yeah. All-Star race, the new format. When I read it, I said, "What the hell are they doing?" The All-Star Open. Let's start with that. There was more cautions there than there was in a regular race.
Yeah.
And they kind of got a little wrecky there.
yeah. And you know, I think it was the horsepower pack. Obviously, you know, if you don't know, that was 50 less horsepower.
Right.
The inside line I got on that was we had to use some engines that were going to be used at Daytona Talladega because we're going to be even less horsepower at Daytona
Yes, that
Talladega.
announcement came out.
So they use those engines there. NASCAR let the engine. They said, "All right, we'll help you guys out. We're going to use those motors, those
Right.
engines at the All-Star race." I think it made for a lot closer and tighter racing at times.
Right.
And them guys in that race, the hooligan race, as we used to call it.
Hooligan.
remember,
That's right. I remember that.
you have to go for it because
And it was good. I like the winner of each segment went,
Yeah.
and then the fan vote. Matty D, your guy
Matty
got
D,
in.
the
Yeah.
big burrito, yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. And so he's in there, and then came on paper when I read the concept of the All-Star race. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Then after I watched like the first 3 segments, I go, oh, I get it.
yeah.
It was cool. It was 15 lap heats. Get your butt up there, run it, and then
So
inversion.
here's what I liked about the qualifier, real quick. I know you hit them all, but
Right.
all but Eric Almirola was really fast,
Right.
and all of the fastest cars advanced.
Right.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, through the
Matt
field.
ran up front.
Yep.
He got the fan vote. The kid in the 8.
Reddick, Tyler
Reddick. Why
Yep.
can't I think of his name? That bulldog.
Right.
And the 42.
Yeah.
He was fast.
Well, they got in there.
And what was the other one? One more. It was 4. Help me out.
Okay, whatever. The three rounds, and then the fan vote.
Yeah, but who were to drive?
Ross Chastain.
Ross Chastain.
That's it. Tyler Reddick, Almirola, right? No. Yeah, Almirola.
Yeah, Amarola.
And then the fan vote.
And the
Matt
fan
Dicondone.
vote. Okay.
Do you work on a team?
Yeah.
Do you work on this? Do
Benedetto.
you work on
I got the fan
do
vote.
you work on this order? That's fine.
That's how I work at that team. And I just got a fan vote.
Thank God.
Get that little guy in there.
That's fine. But I thought, so once the All-Star race started and they went through like the first 3 segments, I go, this isn't bad. I kind of like it. And the longest segments was 30 laps, predictable. But then when they lined up for 10 to go, and who won the race? The fastest guy out there.
Yeah.
But it was dicey at
They
the
mixed
end.
it up.
Yeah.
They you know, they made the ping pong balls in the bingo
Sure.
thing roll.
Well, no, what they did is they picked colors.
Well,
So
I
people
know
thought-
that, but what
I
I'm
thought it
saying
was
is
great.
they kept mixing the cars
Sure.
up like them ping
Perfect.
pong
Yeah.
balls,
Got it.
and the fastest car still won.
But the restarts were cool for everything, so I liked it.
I liked it too.
So people
I liked
were-
everything about it.
Ragging on it, I'm like, folks, it's entertainment. It's the All-Star race. And it was at Texas for the first time. And the crowd wasn't too bad for a Sunday night. I was kind of like, okay, that's pretty good.
I would like to see him do that at a short track. I
Sure,
think-
they could move it around. Why
Yeah.
not? You own the sport. You can do what the hell
Right.
you want. All right, so that's what we have. All right, on the Cup side. So you know what? We got that covered. You know what? I think it's time to bring our guys
Bring 'em on.
Bring 'em on. Hey, everybody. We really appreciate you watching us every Tuesday night on Pub Table Racers. And Warren and myself say thank you. But we need a
Thank you
favor.
very much.
Thank you very much. As Elvis would say. Cheers.
Cheers.
We need you to do us a favor. on our YouTube channel, just give us a subscribe. It's free. We appreciate it, and that's all we really need.
Right.
Also, check out our website. What do we have there, Warren?
We have clothes, we have hats,
Right.
we have
Tumblers, yeah.
and anything else you need that it has to say Pub Table Racers, we'll make it.
And we have children's books, award-winning children's books too, so check them out. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. YouTube, subscribe, totally free. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go. Appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest tonight, we have known for 20-something years, since he's been 19. We've been around this guy. He's a second-generation racer. We call him Taco. On his birth certificate, it says Stephen Gonzalez. Come on in here, Taco. Have a seat with us. Appreciate you being on. He has worked at, let's just go through it, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated,
Yep.
R3 Motorsports,
Yep.
some team that never went to fruition, Richard Petty Motorsports, and Stewart-Haas.
Yep.
Do I got it?
Yep.
Thanks for being on. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
It's awesome having you. Okay, and one of his best qualities is he married a girl from Buffalo. That's it. That's my take. First of all, how did you end up in this deal? Because we second generation, and your dad Sammy was, and he came here through the guy behind you there,
Yep.
Ron Hornaday and Dale.
My dad started Southwest Tour Racing. Ron
Speak up just a
Hornaday.
little bit. We gotta need you. Sorry.
Yeah, Ron Hornaday, and won a couple championships with him. And when Ron got the call to come out and drive trucks for Dale, they came out, ran west for a little bit. They needed a second truck driver to go back. My dad had a CDL, drove the hauler back, didn't come back.
So the story was he came back and he drove the hauler out here when Dale hired Hornaday, and finally he goes, what was the story? So he went to Dale, or Dale came in and says, "Where's your family?" or something like that?
I don't know that part of it.
Oh.
I know there was one story. Dale says, if you're going to be here this long, we might as well start paying you.
Yeah, because he was just there. That's right. Yeah.
Because he was helping Ron.
Right. He's helping
Ron.
Ron. Yep.
So he was hanging out, and then Dale said, let's get him on a payroll. Right?
And then the family came out.
Yeah, next day was a payroll, and when they came back out, last race of the year was Phoenix. He came out a little early, packed us all up. We took the moving van to Phoenix, watched the last truck race, and jumped in the moving van and drove to North
You
Carolina.
took the moving man to a race?
Yep.
That's a racing family there. So you were at that
Did you like sit on top of it? And
Yes, on top of it.
throw chicken bones and stuff?
Because little did you know what your future held in the sport. So how old were you when you made the move from
12 years old.
12 years old? And were you good with it? Were you kind of like, oh, I want to stay
Yeah.
here? Yeah.
Like, for me and my brother growing up, we grew up at Ron Hornaday Victory Circle Chassis the whole time. So we've always been around racing and drilling bodies off and doing whatever we can to help. Ron's policy was you work to go to the racetrack.
Right.
Didn't matter if you were a kid or adult. So we'd roll extension cords up, sweep shop, do where we had to go.
So how cool
Drill
was it?
rivets in them riveted bodies, right?
5-star bodies.
How cool was it for you knowing that your dad was working for Dale Earnhardt?
It was pretty cool. Like, when you grow up, we've always grown up watching NASCAR. I was fortunate to go to the last race at Riverside and
Jeez.
That's really cool.
get to see him there. And at my mom's house somewhere, there's an envelope for all the autograph cards from that race.
Really?
I have a Bobby Allison one in there too.
Ooh.
But
Did you get him sitting by the fence or something like that?
we stood at the fence, and after the race, they let everybody in. And
So Kyle Kelly,
Yeah.
he did a Riverside deal too, and he said them guys were awesome about signing autographs at Riverside.
Yeah, because it was way out there and they were trying to get fans.
Yeah.
Your mom just chimed in. Diane, how you doing, Diane? She said Sammy was only supposed to be gone for 2 weeks.
2 weeks turning 8 months.
8 months. Yeah, whatever.
And then the rest of your life.
All right, so you made the move out here. Your dad's working for Ron Hornaday at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated
Yep.
for the man behind us, and so you're 12 years old. So
Yep.
you got to relocate to school and everything.
Yep.
Do you remember? Let's go back to I don't say it was a culture shock. California to Mooresville.
Yeah.
We grew up in Palmdale, which is the high desert area
Right.
in California. More tumbleweeds, Joshua trees, and then you move to North Carolina, it's trees and
A lake.
rain and lake. And,
Right.
It
A
was-
lot
it
of
was-
green, right? A lot of green stuff.
oh yeah.
And then it gets cold. So I sit, I'm from Wisconsin, so it really doesn't get that cold, but
What? Oh, here.
yeah,
Okay,
here.
okay.
What I'm saying is where you're originally from, is this climate cooler in the winter than where you're from? Or is it about the same? Does it get like that?
It gets
You get
cold.
snow?
We've had snow in the desert.
Okay.
we've had snow in the desert, but for most time that I remember, it only get down low in the 50s, so nothing too bad.
Okay. So that part of the climate's about the same, but all this green we get, right? And this humidity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
went from dry heat to the humid heat.
Right.
when we start doing the Weather Channel show, we'll do that. Anyway, so
Just knock it off.
but then you come, and there's a different culture, there's a different language, and I don't mean this that way, but I mean, I know when you moved down here in Wisconsin, I'm from Buffalo, and you're from California, it's like, what'd they say? There's a little factor of what they say.
Oh, we grew up short track racing out there, so everybody, there wasn't uncommon to see fights after a race stuff. Nobody got along and come out here and they'd race the next day or wait on the lake together. So that was a different.
That's a little different. Yeah.
All right, so you go to high school, you graduated from,
South Idaho High School,
Right.
right here in Troutman.
you ever get in trouble at school?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember one instance that how I came to know you?
I don't know what you're talking
Put
about.
him on
What?
the spot. This is good.
Justin?
Justin ratted on me a lot.
Oh, so Justin's my former stepson that you guys went to school together. That's when you start
You
feeling
went to South Idaho?
Yeah. So they got in trouble one time and your name came up. I'm like, Gonzalez, isn't that Sammy's kid? And he goes, Justin goes, yeah. I said, so that's how I got to know Stephen's name for the first time.
There's a few times got trouble, burnouts, and
Just being a kid.
yeah, normal teenager.
Part of
Good.
life.
Shanette says, hi funny. Amanda says, hi daddy. Amanda, come on.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So then you got out of school. You pretty much know what you're going to pretty much do. You're kind of
Yeah, like
talking with your dad and everything.
as soon as we moved out here, we lived in a little mobile home for a couple months, and then when Ron bought his first lake house,
Right.
it was just small, double wide on the lake.
Yeah.
It was more a party house. We rented it from him, so
Okay.
every week I had to make sure the grass was cut and the
At
beach
Ron's
was
house?
clean. He owned it. We lived in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. That's
This
right.
was the
So-
first lake house.
Okay.
And because there was gonna be a party every Sunday, so
Oh, yeah.
he'd give me $20 a week. I had to make sure the lawn was cut.
Ron gave you $20
Yep.
a week. Yep.
The
Great guy.
coolers were stocked.
Right.
I had to make sure, and then once everything transitioned to when he got his actual lake house, I had to go over there and do the same thing. Mow
That
grass.
house? Oh,
The
big
yellow house.
The yellow house.
Across
okay.
the street before the White House.
Oh, that's right. Because that's right. He moved over and what was that? Cynthia? What was it called? Whatever. The road.
Courtney.
Yeah, that's it. Courtney. So you were actually working for Ron. Let's just call it.
There was a couple summers. I don't think I went back to my house. I just stayed on his couch.
Oh,
So another one then.
Jimmy Johnson coming. All right, I got it.
Danny
Perfect.
Stockman.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so and you're growing up around this
So I
Florida
learned
Day culture.
horticulture, all
Which
the other
isn't bad.
racers.
Yeah,
Met a lot of people through racing,
sure.
just through Ron, and take care of that stuff. And then in summer of '99, I was on summer vacation. I went to every truck race in the
Okay.
hauler.
You rode.
Yeah.
Who was driving?
My dad and Darren Norfleet. They were truck drivers at the time. I was only 16, and went to the track,
Right.
grabbed spring, shocks, whatever they needed, runner, and then for the first couple races, they actually put me in a fire suit and I ran fuel. And then Wayne Otten caught me at Watkins
Yeah,
Glen
when
running
they,
fuel.
yeah,
All the way to August?
You're supposed to be
You
18.
made it all the way to August?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And
Okay.
they told, all of a sudden they pulled my dad and a couple people, Ron, and everybody said, like, he come to the track, he can't work.
Okay.
Because he's
There's
16, he
liability.
can't,
Yeah.
he can't be running fuel.
Boo.
So after that, during the race, I just had the pole with the water bottle holder and hand Ron water bottles, and then once school started,
So
went to school.
your work ethic in the sport was already starting.
Yeah.
Between Ron and your dad. Now let's talk about your dad for a minute, because Sammy, God rest. Let's cheer Sammy.
Cheers.
Cheers
Cheers
to
to your
Sammy.
dad. Great guy.
Um,
I don't know anybody who has a bad word to say
exactly.
about him ever.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like
Always
the
had a
most
smile
friendly.
on his face.
So my favorite thing about him is, just him as in general, but he was so nice that when I first started RCR DI, that I was like, "What's up?" Because it was like, I was coming in from the outside, from the media side, but he was always cool. And like with some of the parties at Ron's, "Hey, how you doing?" He was so friendly. But then I started watching, and that's just how he was. Like we'd be at the track, and like we'd be like the day we winding down, and like, "Oh, where's Sammy?" Oh, he's over at the fence talking to people. And he's talking to them, "How you doing?" The next thing you know, those 4 people would be like in the garage. Like he would take them around the side, and they're in the garage. And like he goes, "Oh, they just let them in real quick," and he'd tell the gate guy, "Oh, there was me and my family, whatever." And he would give them this thrill, and they'd take the pictures. And it was always he was always giving to others, and then we lost him to cancer, and God, it was awful. But he was just so loved.
Yeah.
And those cool connections he did when he was part of Chance 2.
Yeah.
They were at Atlanta, and there were some Navy men there, and they're at the fence, and they're like, "Hey, we're C2 crew," and my dad's like, "What?" He goes, "We're C2 crew. That's our boat call."
That's their
Oh, okay.
And my dad's like, "Really?" So you got him in the garage, toured the hauler, and then my dad, Haskell, Russell, and they gave him a boatload of Chance 2 Motorsport stickers.
Right.
Like, this is all we have. We didn't have merch at the time.
Sure.
Chance 2 just started. And they went to Iraq, and next thing you know, they're sending pictures, and they were the riverboat runners that ran
Yeah.
seals up and down the rivers, and their windows had big Chance 2 Motorsports.
was great.
It's cool stuff.
They send letters and
Yeah.
stuff overseas to those guys, and my dad as well. And then they said when they were off duty and had to leave, they actually pulled the windows back out of the boat, so the next crew didn't have them.
So yeah, that was their deal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So let's go to Chance 2. So we were talking before the show. We all played softball for Chance 2 Motorsports,
Yeah.
and I got involved with that when I became Truex's PR person, which was my start in the PR world. And so I was part of the team with that.
Yeah.
And that Chance 2 deal was, won 2 championships.
Yeah.
Like, here's this Martin
Not the
Truex.
softball team.
No, God, we
No,
were terrible.
we didn't win a game.
Oh my God, I remember one game we got shelled 31
Yeah.
to nothing in the first inning.
We were a drinking team with a softball problem.
Yeah. So the only game we were beating Crawford's team
Yeah.
at one game.
Yep, got it.
And then
One of
John
the-
went after a foul ball and
John-
just broke his ankle.
John Stanley.
John Stanley, one of our guys, he went after a foul ball and just.
Broke his ankle. Like,
And
it
it was
bad.
one of the, it wasn't. It was one of
Yeah,
the. You
like
know,
the ambulance had to come. So
Right.
And we had a forfeit.
Yeah, we had a forfeit. We used to get shelled.
puts his leg up in the air and it's
We used to get. Like, is it safe to say we get bombed on the field and then
bombed
afterwards?
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect. Oh my God, too funny. All right, so your career. So when did you officially start? Like, when is like a paying gig?
I wasn't allowed to work in racing until I went to college. That
Okay.
was Dad's rule.
Okay.
I tried.
That's a good one.
As soon as I graduated high school, I tried to go racing, and he would call a bunch of crew chiefs and owners that he knew.
Wait, so you
Never
did it through
been-
the block on you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Thanks. That's
So I
good.
came home. He goes, figure out what you're gonna do next. I go, I guess I'm going to school because you called everybody, so I can't go work for him.
That's great.
So went to Mitchell Community College for a couple of years, and then
What'd you take?
machining.
Okay.
Because it
Perfect.
correlates with racing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And in 2004, they started the Paul Menard number 11 car at DEI, and Gibson called me. And my
Tony
dad-
Gibson?
Yep. And came over and said, we'll pay you. I know you're learning. So start at the bottom, work your way to the top. And I started DEI in 04.
How old were you?
19.
19 years old. All right.
And the second day there is when he gave me the nickname Taco.
Okay. Who did?
Gibson.
Tony Gibson.
And
Old man.
Old man.
Old man gave me that nickname. And I've had it to this day.
To this day. So, because someone said it's cancel culture, so you've had that nickname since you're 19, and they know you as Taco. They're like, hey, Taco, hey, Taco.
Right.
Oh, the
So-
funny thing is, I worked with all those guys for a couple of years, like Jet Zarella.
Right.
Worked side by side with him, and it was like 2 years. And somebody called the shop asking for Stephen Gonzalez because we don't have a Stephen that works here. And he hangs the phone up and he comes back and he goes, "Hey, is your real name Stephen?"
Was it a bill collector or what was it?
I don't know. They never called back. I don't remember the rest of
So
it.
yeah, it's kind of like how nickname. Someone says, "Hey, do you know so and so in the sport?" We're like,
Right.
"What's their nickname?" Oh, it's Cowboy or
Yeah. Jet.
Jet or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So then you started at 19. You started working down in corporate.
Yeah.
That's
Started-
pretty big. So you followed in your dad's shoes and the big leagues.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Started there. Started carrying tires at juniors. Pro Cup team about the same time frame.
Oh, the late. Yep,
The
that's right.
Hooters Pro Cup.
Who was the
car.
driver?
We had Mark McFarland,
That's right. Yep.
Shane Huffman, and Richard Boswell.
Okay. Very
Okay.
Followed Paul up from the Busch car to the Cup car. And then my final year, they put me on test team because I wanted to learn more. So I did a test team with Kevin Buskirk and all them.
Yeah.
And also worked on DEI had the 3 Camping World cars with Bain,
Trevor Bain.
Earnhardt,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
and Jesus Hernandez.
Jesus. Yeah.
And the Trevor's car and Jeffrey's car had full crew. The Jesus, they needed somebody, so I stepped in. I still did my test team stuff, but came over and helped them.
So what
He's a good
are the
guy.
best things you learned during those years when you were just you've always been, I'll do whatever it takes, and then I'm going to say this because I know you got that from your dad. Your dad was always like, what do you need? What can I do? What do you need? And he was always that way. So he kind of instilled that in you.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things you learned in those early years?
I give a lot of credit to Tony Gibson and Clyde McLeod. They put me in, when I started working with them, just because they knew I was a young punk kid, if I screwed something up, they wouldn't let me do it for a while, and then once things would slow down, they're like, all right, you're going to learn to do this. And they put me in every department of our shop at the time and made me learn how to pretty much build a whole race car.
And you appreciate that.
Yeah.
But they didn't cut you any slack because you were Sammy's kid.
No. My third day there, I screwed up a set of crush panels, and they pulled me to the side like, all right, you're eventually going to do this, but you're not doing crush panels for a little bit.
Got it. All right.
Nothing against him. You should have came and got me and asked me.
No, Jesus. There we go.
Well, actually, both of them two guys have done everything, so they both know that, Clyde, the two names you mentioned are very, very, very well respected in the sport.
So Mark
Piker.
Yep, says, it's Taco Tuesday. Is one of the best I've got to work with in what we call a real racer. My man has a huge heart, proud to call him friend. There you go. Good job. See, told you.
Piker's awesome. When I was at Petty's, he built all our front end suspension when I was a front end mechanic there.
Okay. So you went from DI to...
there was a little team called Trail Motorsports. Started for a couple months.
Never saw the track.
Never saw the track.
So next, where'd you go there?
R3 Motorsports.
All right, so that's where you and I ended up working together again there. Robert Richardson Jr. was the driver. His dad owned the team. How long were you there for?
From 2009 to end of 2012.
Okay.
Awesome family. Enjoyed working for them. Great family.
Great family.
I still talk to Robert.
I just called him
month.
Saturday. I talked to him.
We keep tabs, especially with our kids are about the same age now, and we've grown up to have wives and kids. That's shocking.
Yeah. So what did you do there? Your main duties? I'm trying to remember because it was.
When I started the first 2 years, I was interior front end. Mm-hmm. You never had a set.
Right.
Get roofers back in.
At that team, it was small.
Yeah.
Had great equipment. Mr. Richardson didn't deny us getting what we needed, but it was a small team, and so we all had to rely on each other. Yeah.
Everybody. I don't think there was a person left in the shop when we left. When we went to the track, everybody went. We pitted the car. There was no outside pit crew guys.
No. Wayne Santerre was the only one left back there.
Yep.
Can I remember that deal? I would catch gas, I'd catch tires, I'd do the sign, But it was
everybody had to pull their weight.
It was good.
I said the first 2 years of
it's coming again. It's where we're headed again.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. I'm good. All right, so R3 Motorsports, we did okay. We had our moments.
We had fun. We had some
Coleman
good cars.
Presley drove through it for us, and
Scott Riggs.
Yeah.
I got to, a car chief that deal end of 2011 and 2012. I actually got the crew chief 2 races in 2012.
At R3?
At R3.
Really?
We had a split deal because we had the Cup start and park car.
I remember that.
So I had to go to Michigan with the Cup car, and somebody leased our car, the Nationwide car, to go to Montreal.
Okay.
And
oh, that's right.
So we split the team, and I took 3 or 4 guys, and we went to Michigan, and I ended up having to call that. And
how was that?
It was good, but I had a lot of help.
I
went to old man.
Yeah.
Hey
man, what do I do here? That's right. And they helped you. Of course they helped you. Yeah.
And that was my first experience as the crew chief. And working with Scott Riggs makes it easy with you. He's a veteran driver.
Yeah.
And we ended up making the show, qualified 19th. We beat both Ganassi cars.
How'd that make you feel?
Oh, that was fun. I got to poke a little fun with Bono.
That's right, Bono.
We had our Cup cars were Ganassi cars.
Okay, got it.
And then later that year, we ran 2 Nationwide cars at Texas. One with Robert, one with Riggs, and I got the crew chief Riggs and actually called the whole race.
Really?
And we ran top 15.
I did not know that. Yeah.
We ran top 15 all night, and then the last caution, we were sitting pretty. We had a set of tires left, and caution came out for something. It wasn't even for us. He said, comes down pit road. He goes, something just broke. He goes, I'm hitting the gas, and we're not going.
Ugh.
And he drove back to the garage, and we actually took the left rear axle cap off, the pit cap, and the axle burrowed its way through the cap.
Yeah.
And just slid out.
Ugh.
The inner nut just backed off.
That piss you off.
But
that's all right.
That was a cool experience.
Yeah. So John Phillips wants to know, where's the Dr. Pepper?
JP.
What's the story there?
Me and JP.
It's a Dr.
he's our-
Bud Light
he's our-
tonight, JP.
He's our engine tuner on the 14.
Okay,
Me
got it,
and him
right.
are Dr. Pepper buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows me.
Jared Johnson.
He's old ECR.
Jared Johnson says
Big power.
He says Trail Motorsports. He has a couple of the
Well, Jared was the driver for that.
I
deal.
understand that. I just remember as you said that, put it together. All right, so you were there, and then from there you went to
Richard Petty Motorsports.
I mean, how is that? Like you went from Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, R3, and now you're driving for another legend.
Yeah.
in the
And RPM was a great experience. I got to work. Actually, the best part of working RPM, well, besides there's some great guys that I worked with, or true racers, but was Dale Inman.
Oh, that would be awesome just to talk to him.
Dale Inman, he picked on me, and I took it, but when it come down to safety checking, I loved hearing his stories. I loved old racing, so
Yeah.
to hear some of the tricks and stuff they did in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and
You heard stuff that no one else will
Yeah.
get to hear
Exactly.
ever. That from a legend, from someone.
A Hall of Famer.
Yes.
So you're working for a Hall of Famer, learning from a Hall
Yes.
of Famer, work
And
for a
how
Hall
about
of
his
Famer.
handshake, right?
oh yeah.
Inman, yeah.
That old man.
Yeah.
I actually got to see him at he for the first time since COVID. He got to come to the Coke 600 this year, and I seen him in the garage. He came over, gave me a hug, and then he shook my hand and said, "Don't hurt me, I'm old." Don't hurt me.
But yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, you and Hornet, another Hall of Famer, so you've hung around with some pretty damn cool people, my friend.
Very fortunate.
Yeah, and you've absorbed.
Yeah.
You never went in. The one thing I like about you never went in and said, "Yeah, I know all this." You never had this "I know everything" attitude. You're always like, "Yeah, what do you need? What can I do?" And you always do it with a smile. That's one thing I always. Yeah, you get mad. You have your moments.
I like his dad.
His dad always had this
Yes.
smile too. Sammy got mad once in a while, but
But I mean,
Aggravated.
about not. You don't see this guy mad
No.
and bitching and
Happy to
moaning.
be there.
Right.
if I had a team, I'd want 20 guys just like him.
I mean, we all know this becomes a job at
it does,
some
it
point.
does, right.
It gets frustrating sometimes,
Right.
but getting mad ain't gonna solve
Right.
it.
And you also got to remember that there's everybody in them stands wants my job, so
Exactly.
I gotta bite the bullet, and I'm doing what I love, and some people don't.
So at Richard Petty Motorsports, what were your duties there?
I was a front end mechanic.
The driver was,
The first 2 years was Marcus Ambrose,
right?
and then we had Sam Hornish for a year,
Right.
Brian Scott, and then
Oh, that's right.
I had Eric Almirola for 17, and then I started 18 and did 5 races with Bubba Wallace, and then I went over to the 10 car with Eric
So then you go over to
Stewart-Haas.
Tony Stewart. Oh, another Hall of Famer. I'll take you to Vegas with me, man. Just sit here, Stephen. That's good. So
I gave Chad Haney
Chad's either
Really good.
watching or he's gonna watch YouTube tomorrow.
really good marks for you.
yeah.
I got to ask some questions about you, and I told everybody. Plus, Klossmeyer knew you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny, old man.
Oh man, yeah.
At one point, he tried to get me to come over there. 'Cause somebody was gonna come off the road, but I was under contract with Petty's, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Geez, you went from not being paid, you couldn't work because you were too young, you couldn't run gas to now you had a contract.
Only one time.
But I'm just saying, you still had a contract. But you had a
With
contract.
Stewart-Haas Racing.
Yeah, I
Right.
understand, but it's just amazing how, and
Haney watches this? I'm sorry.
that's fine. So
He
there's,
was tonight.
Scott Daniels says, "Hi guys."
Hey, Scott. Good to hear from
Oh,
you,
here we
brother.
go. Dan Lynch. He's gonna,
Yeah.
Scott Daniels needs to. We need to get a hold of him for
yeah,
Friday.
Scott, you come. Oh,
for
oh,
the,
gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
The other deal. Okay.
Yep.
Dan Lynch says, "I know Sammy's looking down, proud as hell as his son. Taco has the same qualities as his dad. There's not a person in the garage area that didn't get along with him. Sammy was one hell of a hardworking kid." Damn, dude.
Thanks, Daniel.
There you go. Cheers.
Daniel's a great
We're gonna
guy.
Cheers that. There we go.
Soon to be a contestant on the pub table.
Pump to the Rangers. Dan Lynch going up. Okay. Clark Rupp goes. Clark Rupp goes. Remember that one time at Big L's?
You can't trust Clark.
See you soon. That one time at Big L's. Big L's. No, everyone has that one time at Big L's.
That was my roommate.
Clark Rupp?
Yeah.
On the road or
No, here.
here? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to expound on that or no?
I don't know what time he's talking about.
Great answer.
I don't know which time. All right, perfect. Give me one. You have one you can talk about? Never mind. I didn't
A
want
lot,
to.
of, a lot of Steelers games at Big
Lots-
Al.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
go with that.
Got it. Okay.
A lot of them Steelers games at Big Al's.
That's it. Exactly.
Like a crowbar one time.
Crowbar?
The Crowbar.
That's in
Bristol.
Bristol.
No, there was a crowbar at Big Al's one time.
Oh, there's
A crowbar involved.
parking lot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, well, okay.
Steelers fans. Barry Hoover. B. Hoover chimed in. Taco. There you go. B. Hoover, we've had him on. It's good.
Never rains in the Crowbar.
Exactly.
That's the one in
I
Bristol.
was fortunate if I got to work side by side with B. Hoover and
Yeah.
test team.
Yep. Test team.
You did, yeah. And
Now he's doing-
at the Ginn, when we
Ginn
were the...
building.
Ginn.
It wasn't really Ginn,
Right.
that was DEI. We were
Bobby-
just in the Ginn building.
Ginn building. Bobby Ginn.
Right.
Came in, said, "Oh no, I don't have the money for this," and
Right.
left.
How much money does Bobby Ginn owe you?
Oh,
you?
I'll never forget when I was a reporter for MRN Radio. I said, "So Bob, I asked you, are you in for the long haul of this whole deal? Or are you kind of one of these?" He goes, "Oh, I'm in for the long haul, this, and that." And I turned away and I said, "Okay, well, that's Bobby Ginn." Or I turned away and said to myself, "He's so full."
Right.
Now, 'cause-
Well, that's 2 years went fast.
The long haul for him was 2 years. Oh well, it happens. All right, so now you're at Stewart-Haas Racing. What are your duties there?
I'm the underneath mechanic. I'm the 14, Chase Briscoe.
Okay.
Right now, with the COVID, with the roster deal, I only go to practice qualifying races.
All right.
But at the shop right now, just to help get the cars to where they're race ready to hit the racetrack.
And you're the attention detail
Nut
type
bolt
of
guy, Roofer,
Nut
everything
bolt,
from
yeah.
the roof down.
Right.
Whatever needs to be done
Yeah.
to make sure that car's right going to the racetrack.
Where'd you get that from? Gee, I don't know. Hey, Sammy, you catching this? Some of your best memories. I mean, you've been through some legendary team owners and stuff like
Right.
that.
Best win. How about your best win? Or when...
The coolest win, just because it was a hard weekend, was with Ambrose in the Xfinity car at Watkins Glen.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
actually his last win. But as a Cup team, we put the Xfinity car together with a couple people in the shop, and even though Watkins Glen's a big weekend for him, we were split up, going back and forth between the Cup garage and the Nationwide garage,
Okay.
working on this thing. And one of our guys got sick, couldn't go, so I had to do interior and front end on both. And we ended up winning that race, and then we finished second to Dinger the next day.
Nice.
That's a good weekend.
But to be part of one of Ambrose's last wins in America before he went back, awesome guy. He actually told me, "Man, if we ever want to go to Australia, there's a couch or a bed for us to stay."
Very good.
That's cool.
All right, let's.
When you're a little kid, you get to meet Dale.
Yes.
Any cool...
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's cool.
Our
That's
first
it.
Christmas, when we first got here, we didn't have a Christmas tree or anything. There was a lot from moving from California
Yeah.
here, and my first day in North Carolina was November 1st, '95. It was easy because we had Halloween in Tennessee somewhere.
Wow. Did you dress up as a
So
Grinch?
we had a small
Come on,
Christmas.
we gotta go.
Well, Christmas Eve, Banjo Grimm shows up at the house.
Banjo, Graham, I know Banjo.
Yeah.
It was
a trash
Banjo?
bag.
For people, Banjo Graham was.
He was at DEI. I think he was shocked. Or no, he was fabricator.
He was a body guy.
He was a body guy
Yeah.
at DEI, and he shows up with a big black trash bag and said, "Dale sent these for Christmas presents for the boys." And we get them out, and they're Wrangler number 3 Monte Carlo remote control cars. Say
Oh.
Grand National on them.
Yeah.
They're old. And we're like, wow, well, I'm old enough to know collector item stuff. Like, my dad taught me, I'm like, oh, these are cool. And first thing I did, we put them away.
What? So you still have it?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Still have it.
so he
It isn't signed or nothing, is it?
No, it gets better.
Where do you live again?
Wait. So you get these presents, you're like, oh no, we're going to save these, and you put them away.
We put them away.
Got it?
Well, at the time we only had the one car, so we had to go pick my dad rode with one of the other guys to work, and
Right.
we'd go pick them up.
Okay.
Well, back then, Tuesday nights was Tuesday Night Thunder at the Deerhead shop.
Oh, yeah.
And we
At
go
dawn.
in there, pick my dad up, and they're Dale Senior and all them drinking moonshine and telling stories. He goes, "Boys, you burning tires off those cars yet?" And my little brother was the first one to pick up. No, Dad said they're collector items.
Dale Earnhardt, that guy.
Yes.
They give you the cars to play with.
And you being older one, and your brother goes like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What happened next?
Well,
Oh,
Dale
my God.
goes, "Well, come here, boys," and he takes us back in the office, and he starts ruffling through boxes, and he pulls these 2 die casts out, and black Jeep, good wrench cars,
Right.
Luminous, and they were banks. He goes, hold on. He signs $1 and puts $1 in each one. He goes, I can't get you a bank without money.
Right.
And then he gave us some trading cards, some knives, and he signed the cards. And he walks out from my dad. Goes, them boys can play with these. And first thing, my brother's playing with them on the floor. But we got home and looked at them on the just below the B post. It says in memory of our friend Neil for Neil Bondon.
Okay. Yep.
Everywhere we've looked, we cannot find those.
It's a very, very special piece.
So we've have them put away.
So
on
you
the
guys should
shelf.
put those up. Okay,
Yes,
all
they're
right.
put away on the shelf with $1 that Dale Earnhardt gave us.
I was going to, do you still have the $1?
Yes.
Whew.
You know,
Yeah,
as long as I worked there, I
goosebumps
never
on
got his. I'm not an autograph guy. I'm not that guy.
No.
And I, as long as I worked there, I never asked him for his autograph, just because I'm not that guy. You know what I mean?
There's that, and then
I regret it a little bit. You know.
when my grandma, my dad's mom, passed away, we were around scrounging up money. We were just gonna send my dad back for the funeral, and Dale was like, bullshit. The whole family's going. I'm flying you guys out there. So we pull in to DEI to get the plane tickets, and Dale walks out, sits in the car, like my dad's inside the building, we're sitting in the car. He sits in the passenger seat, starts playing with all the buttons in there in the car, and he goes, come on, boys, I got something to show you. And we jump out and go in the barn, and he had a baby deer. The mama got hit.
Right.
And he had a fawn.
Little fawn, hands us the bottle and has us feed it and stuff, and so.
So he just bought you all tickets to go for your
Went to
grandma?
California for a week for my grandma's funeral.
I mean, these are the stories that people don't know about this guy that really never get publicized. But
Yeah.
I'm still laughing at your brother going, "Oh no, they're collectors. Let's put them up." If I'm Dale, I'm like, "What do you mean? I gave you the kids."
One of the funniest ones was
There's batteries in those things.
before the garage mahal was built. That was a grass field.
Yes,
and
I
everybody was in the
remember
deer head shop.
Yep.
We went to go pick Dad up one day, and it was speed weeks, and everybody's hanging that DEI on the fence, looking to see if they could see Dale.
Mm-hmm.
And Dale was in a straw hat on the John Deere mowing the grass behind
They
him.
didn't even know he
They
was
didn't even
there.
know.
And had no clue.
He's mowing the grass behind them, and they had no idea that Dale was behind him. Perfect. Straw hat. Perfect. Your mom chimed in. She says, Dale said he made sure the cars, the remote control cars, were on separate frequencies so the boys could race each other. The cars are still in the boxes.
Yes.
Very cool.
Damn.
That is so cool.
That is so cool. And you still have
That's one of our best Dale stories yet.
Oh, no,
right there.
I'm telling you. That
Especially when you're 12.
Yeah. And there's Dale Earnhardt, and you're like, yay.
Well, Sean was 9.
Jeez. That's amazing. I don't know if we can top that. So, but you're growing up around this. You come here, and obviously Dale cared a lot about his employees. Your dad, because he knew the sacrifice that you guys all made to come here because of Ron. Ron cared about you because you came here too, and that's carried over to you. And knowing you, I think it's just amazing that you didn't like turn your back on it and think I'm better than all of it.
No, I'm not better than the next person.
Right. Let's talk about Amanda, your wife. How'd you meet her?
It's at R3 Motorsports, and my brother-in-law, or now brother-in-law, he was a body hanger in racing. Well, I can say now he worked at Roush Fenway. He just after 17 years hanging bars at Roush Fenway, ventured out and then started a fence company.
What's his name?
What's his name?
Ryan Gamble, Superior Fence and Rail, Charlotte.
Right.
And
I'm sorry. What was that?
I know the name. I don't know.
What was it one more
the
time?
name person.
Let's get that plug in. What was it one more time?
Superior Fence and Rail, Charlotte.
Okay, got it. Yep.
But he came after hours and helped Brad Means and all them put the bodies on.
Because R3, there was a lot of after-hours stuff going on there. There was a lot of like Brad would have.
Rory Clark was over there.
Rory Clark would come.
I was invited. I was too tired.
All these guys are showing. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, the gate was open. I go, go ahead.
But met him, and then Kyle Collins and all was always a good friend of mine. He was my tire changer the whole time through Junior Motorsports and R3. We worked together probably 6 years together.
Yeah.
I was his carrier. He was my changer, and we always go to Charlotte. One night, Gamble and his wife came, and Amanda just came in from New York. She just moved down here
from Buffalo.
Not
New York.
I know you love her. It's
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
There's a big difference between Buffalo and New York.
And you're a Raiders or a
Chargers?
Chargers,
yeah. So Bills fans.
At least you're not in the same.
AFC. It's all AFC. But go ahead.
No, but we went to Charlotte one night. She came down with us. We met and talked a little bit. And we hung out here and there. And then we hung out here and there for about 3 years. And finally we started dating.
3 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then,
Okay.
luckily enough, fortunate enough, we were serious before my dad got sick, so she actually got to experience a little bit of my dad
Right.
in his good years.
Good.
And then
That's good.
She was by my side through his whole sickness
Exactly.
and there for the whole family, so
Good.
she was the one.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
She sticks by it. And
Yeah.
where did you propose to her?
Over Niagara Falls, in the middle of a snowstorm.
Exactly, because there's pictures of you in the snow. And I'm like, I know where that was taken because I saw the back.
Everybody
I know where Niagara Falls. I'm from Buffalo.
Yeah, that's fine. When I was airborne traffic reporter, I used to fly over it all day long. But yeah, I remember you. And I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, they're at Niagara Falls. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Well, because if she said no.
I could just jump.
Exactly. Yeah, that was it. Exactly.
Wow, you're going the other way.
Yeah. Some people said I could have pushed.
Oh, gee!
Actually, her mom,
Well, help here.
her mom and dad was with us.
Right. Well, that's good. What the hell's this? We got a lot of comments rolling in here. Edward Tassir?
Taste. That's my father-in-law.
Oh, okay, got it. That's family. We are proud of you in Lockport. Lockport, New York. There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. All the way up there.
Tell us a little bit about Lockport, since you're...
Seriously?
This
Lockport?
guy, I love it.
It's called because the Erie Canal goes through there, and there are 5 different locks that you have to go through because the elevation is bad. Lockport. And there's a lot through there. And my dad, working for the DOT engineers, he was part of the renovation of the locks a bunch of years ago.
15 miles on the Erie Canal.
That's right. Exactly.
2 years ago, we actually went up there for summer. It was off weekend when it was warm. We went up there for a few days, and
So you
I
went
actually
with
got to
nice
see the locks.
And pretty impressive,
Working
aren't
on
they?
it. Oh, yeah.
Did you see the old ones off to the side?
Yeah.
Too? Yeah.
So
I
were
see the
you
locks as
there
cold.
for the whole week of summer?
No.
No.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Wisconsin guy. Because you're 4.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Well, it's July. Oh, yeah, that summer's over.
We make sure we hit up Anchor Bar and Duff's.
So Anchor Bar is where wings were quote unquote invented. Yeah. So Anchor Bar, Duff's. Which one do you like better?
Duff's.
I like
Really?
Yes.
I didn't ever have the Buffalo Duffs, but there's a Duffs in Texas. You ever go to Duffs?
I have not been
Oh.
Okay.
Really? Anchor Bar versus Duff's, like Duff's? Oh.
yet. Yeah. They're both good, but Duff's, I like that little bit of extra kick.
All right,
little bit
all right,
spice.
I'll give it to you. All right, but history-wise, Dan Lynch asking me what I shoot today. Looks like you got your golfing shorts on. I do, but I haven't played golf in 2 years, so I just shut my mouth off. Fair enough? Yeah. How's that? Okay. Your mom again, Amanda, is the best daughter we could have ever asked for because she had 2 boys.
No, we have a boy and a girl.
No, your
No,
mom.
yeah.
Your mom had.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
Actually,
good.
if anything ever goes haywire between me and Amanda, I think my mom will take Amanda's side.
Yeah, you're out. That's good. That's fine. Matt Philpott says, "Does he have to sit on a pillow like I did?" No, Matt, he doesn't. He's pretty tall. But thanks for asking. Matt was here a few weeks ago. A pillow. You had a pillow, a block, and a foam block.
Right.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, so kids. Let's talk about your kids. How old are they? Names?
Sammy, which
Named after your
named
dad.
after
Obviously.
dad. Actually, he's Samuel Edward. He's named after my dad
And the grandpa?
The other grandpa, Amanda's dad.
Very good. Yeah.
He'll be 6 next month.
6.
And then we have Elizabeth, who just turned 2 last month. And both awesome kids.
Handful.
Yeah, well, she is.
She is.
She's a spitting image of me, unfortunately.
Good or bad.
She's a
I
wild
mean,
one.
looks or just her personality.
Personality.
Okay, good.
Sammy's brave. Like, we race motorcycles with him and stuff, and he'll build up to something. He's got a little fear in him. Ellie's no fear.
The second one doesn't give a shit. That's what they say. The second kid never gives a crap.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I wanted to ask you real quick.
Go ahead.
Are we close?
No,
I
we're
wanted
good,
to
we're
ask-
good.
You did some dirt bike racing. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
that's what I was going to be. Perfect question.
Were we into both the same thing?
Same thing. Yeah, we got
You
that.
actually, I don't think it was even so much a hobby as you actually tried to do a little bit of it
We took it serious.
competitively. Yeah.
We took it. We actually took it serious while I was at R3
Right.
Okay.
for the 2009-2010. We ran the full Carolina Ultra Series out here, and it was a family effort. Go to the shop, work all day at race cars, come home. The bikes that were stayed at mom and dad's in the shed,
Right.
and me and dad work on the bikes, get them ready, and then
Class
have them ready.
250.
I ran.
Were they 2 strokes?
I have a 2-stroke. I have 3, and I still have them. I have 250 F4 stroke, a 250 2-stroke, and a 450 4-stroke.
Jeez.
Okay.
and I ran 250B at the time and plus 25, and we took the age class more serious.
Right.
In 09, I actually qualified for regionals for the Loretta Lynn's qualifier, which is a big deal. I was unable to, because of racing, go to that weekend. Missed it. But we finished second in points that year to a kid named Michael Mitchell, which I finished second to him all year long for 2 years. 2010, I finished second. Every moto to him, except for one. I finally beat him. Second moto, I was going to beat him, and I made a bad line choice, and he got me. But ended up winning the AMA District 29 championship in 2010.
Good. So
Let me ask you this: did you do a lot of conditioning for that? Because I tried to race a little bit of motocross too, and I ran. It was a lot of cardio. I did.
I'm actually in better shape now
than you were then.
Than I was then. I was working out for pit stops and
I
stuff.
can't say that, folks.
All right, speaking of shape, so there's photos. You've done Spartan stuff.
Yeah.
So what the hell made you want to do that?
Between me and the brother-in-law, well, when I started having a family and start working.
Because you're such a fat shit. I can see why you want to do it.
I couldn't race motocross. Couldn't race motocross as much as I used to.
Right.
I picked up mountain bike racing because it's Wednesday night deal.
Sure.
And then for mountain bike racing, I did a sprint try. And the whole year, my brother-in-law was doing Spartan races.
Okay.
And it came Christmas Eve dinner. We're at their house. We're talking, and we're talking about how hard a Spartan race is, and how hard a try is. Well, I told him, I'll do a Spartan race. You got to do a sprint try.
Okay.
And we made a deal. Well, I held up my end. He hasn't done a try yet. It's coming. He's gonna have more time now. We've talked. I brought it up with him since, but we ended up doing the Spartan Beast, which is the biggest one you can do.
So what's it consist of? For people who don't know, a Spartan race, just break it down real quick.
It's an obstacle race. Well, they have three different races. They have a sprint, super, and a beast. Sprint is 3 to 5 miles, 10 obstacles. Super is 8 to 10 miles, 12 to 15 obstacles. And the beast is 13 to 15 miles, 20 obstacles.
So which ones have you done?
2 beasts. And
So
they were
picture you jumping over fire and
they ended up being
To beast or not to beast?
they ended up being both the world championships.
Really?
In West Virginia.
Okay.
So it was a big one. And the first one, I did it in 3 hours, 45 minutes. I finished 30th overall out of 2,200 people or something like that.
Really?
That's
And
pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
the next year I went, I beat my time by 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
By 20 minutes. And I finished 22nd out of 4,000 people.
That's really good.
Really? We're going to choose that. So it's great.
Absolutely.
All right. Damn, that's amazing. I give you all the credit in the world. You started out the way you started out. You moved here. You always have kept a great attitude. Your dad and your mom, finally there, taught you well, and you have definitely carried on your dad's persona as a man and in the sport. And I just want to commend you for that.
Very well
Before
said.
we close it. I
Yeah.
was thinking about it earlier, because you've always had this smile. Like every time, even when I was out of the sport, you always like, hey, and you took him. It made me feel good. You took him in to say hi.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are going, hey, you have no use for you, but you look at people as people.
Yeah.
So that's good. And
You know, for me, he's always just he's been Sammy's boy, always around the shop when I've seen him. Phenomenal young man, always well spoken and well mannered.
Right.
And
wasn't-
another one, never heard a bad thing about him.
Right.
You know, so there it is.
It's good. And the T-shirt he's wearing tonight, like
It's
Father
actually,
son.
this
Thanks.
was my Christmas present from my boy.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Oh, very good. Okay.
There was a little butterfly in the front fender.
What's that?
Sammy.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I didn't. Okay, forgot
So,
that part.
Dad, me, and my boy.
Very good. 3 generations.
Very nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Taco. I'm going to call you Taco because that's who you are.
Right.
Thanks for coming on. It's been an honor to
Appreciate it.
have you.
Thank
And
Thank you, brother.
I feel old talking because I've known you that many damn years. God bless. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Next week, Wally McCarty. And before we say goodnight, should we say?
Say it.
Say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick. There we go. Thanks, everybody. Check us out on YouTube. Wow. Hey, another great show.
Great
Thank
show.
you so much, everybody,
Yep.
for tuning
Enjoyed
in.
it.
We appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday night. And Warren, I think the guests we've had have been fantastic.
Phenomenal.
And the people that are following us, we appreciate it. We're reaching 42,000 people a month. Can you believe that? And we appreciate you watching.
Right.
And
We're having fun. Hope everybody else enjoys it.
that's it. And it's just a fun show. Bucket of beer, guys sitting around talking about it. So keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Check out our store and everything. But we appreciate you people, and we will see you next week. Right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you next week.